What's going on, gangsters? Gregory Scott here. So this is now the 5th video in our series. So are you starting to feel like a perfect specimen? We've talked about upper body pushing, we've talked about upper body pulling, we've talked about lower body training and training like an athlete. Now today, we have to talk about something that if you're not thinking about it, if you're not training, if you're not being mindful of it, then it makes all the other hard work that you're doing much less significant. We're going to be talking about the powerhouse of the body, where all movement is initiated from and what you need in order to become the perfect specimen. So today, we're going to be talking about none other than core training. Let's get it. Yeah. Gregory Gaines, becoming the perfect specimen. We're about to get it. Core training, let's go. Yeah, core training. Sit ups, hollow body, yeah, I'm straining. Getting all them gains sometimes is draining. But then I'm on the beach, got a 6-pack so it's sweet. I stay soaking up the heat, it's amazing. Hey, we're becoming the perfect specimen. Let's go varsity, good as a letterman. We've been doing this like we some veterans. Guys in the forecast, so call us the weatherman. Watch this video, I'll give you the regimen. Let's push to the limit like Mega Man. Let's get that money like pesos, we Mexican. Hey, yes sir. All right, my beautiful people, you heard it here first. Let's get that money like pesos, we Mexican. In this instance, pesos or money is the progression that we're going to make. So how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna break down this video? Well, number one, I wanna educate you on first, what even is core training and why is it important? There's a lot of ideas floating around about core training, of course. There's a lot of different theories and a lot of different suggestions, but we really want to take inventory of those thoughts. We really want to make sure that what we have in our head, that what we're applying is actually accurate. Not according to our own standard, not according to what makes us feel good, but according to what is actually true. So we'll break that down in this video, and then after that, I'm going to give you the 4 most fundamental core exercises. The 4 most fundamental core exercises that if you're doing them, if you have them in your toolbox, it'll take you to eternal and everlasting gains. So let's try to pay attention well, let's be educated, and then after that, we'll get to all the gains. So let's get it. So first order of business, what is core training? Or more importantly, what is effective core training? To start this off, I'll tell you what core training is not. Right away, we have to talk about it, and contrary to popular belief, effective core training is not just doing exercises that you think are gonna get you 6-pack abs. That's not effective core training. No! Actually, having 6-pack abs, it has nothing to do with how strong your core actually is. It's possible that you can have 6-pack abs, 8-pack abs, 12-pack abs if you're an alien or something like this, and still have a weak core. This is true because having visible abs, it's only a matter of how low your body fat percentage is. If your body fat percentage is low enough, then you have visible abs, and if your body fat percentage is high, then you don't see abs. It's really as simple as that. This is really important to realize because core training, effective core training, is something else entirely. Your core actually is not just your abs. It's not just your front rectus abdominis, the visible abs, but it's also your obliques, it's also your lower back, and it also is your hips. All of this makes up your core. So just imagine, if you're only ever training your abs, if you're only ever training your rectus abdominis, doesn't that mean that you're gonna have these weak areas that are deficient and lacking, and that's going to affect your health, it's going to affect your performance, and it's just not good. So this is the first thing that we have to realize is that core training, well, it's more than just the abs, it's the whole entire midsection, including your lower back and your hips. But I don't want you to view this as something that you're just lacking and failing in, but actually, once you start training the rest of your core, there's so many more benefits that you're opened up to. And now at this point, I'll list them all for your viewing and educational pleasure. Number 1, stability and balance. A strong core provides stability and balance, which are essential for maintaining proper posture and executing movements efficiently. This stability is crucial in preventing injuries during physical activities and even everyday simple tasks. Number 2, and this is everybody's favorite, power generation. The core, it plays a significant role in generating power and transferring energy throughout the body. Whether you're sprinting, lifting weights, throwing a punch, or jumping, a strong core enhances your ability to generate force and maximize performance. Number 3, very important, it's been mentioned, but injury prevention. Weak core muscles can lead to poor posture, muscle imbalances, and an increased risk of injury, especially in the lower back and hips. I'm sure this phrase is familiar.
Oh, my back!
Strengthening the core can help alleviate back pain and reduce the likelihood of injury during sports, training, and any other physical activities. Number 4, functional movement. A strong core improves functional movement patterns such as bending, twisting, and lifting, which are essential for activities of daily living as well as athletic performance. Whether you're picking up groceries or throwing a 360 roundhouse dragon kick, a stable and strong core enhances your ability to move effectively and efficiently. And now last but certainly not least, one of my favorites, number 5, athletic performance. For elite athletes, a strong core is the foundation of their training regimen. A strong core enhances overall athleticism by improving agility, speed, coordination, and power. Many sports, or even just certain exercises, require explosive movements and quick changes in direction, all of which rely on a strong and stable core. This is an overview of 5 obvious benefits, but really, if you're training smart, if you're training effective, then this is only the beginning. So now at this point, I've thrown so much information at you, right? But I hope that you can see that core training, it's important. It'll really help you out. If you're simply just intentional about having the right exercise in your programming, if you're just intentional and you just learn one new thing every day, if you get 1% better, then you're on your way to becoming the perfect specimen. So it's good to have all this education, right? But really, education without action is just meaningless. It's just words. So now I'm going to demonstrate the 4 exercises that if you have it in your toolbox, if you're understanding these movements, then you'll get to that next level of gains. You'll become the perfect specimen. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna give you some action steps. I'm gonna give you some homework, and then that'll be good for this video. So without further ado, let's get to the exercise instruction. Whoosh. If you've spent any time in the calisthenics game or have spent any time on my channel, then you already know what the first exercise I'm going to talk about is. It's none other than hollow body. I've actually already made a detailed tutorial on this movement, so for more gains, go and watch that video. But as a reminder, hollow body is one of the most important positions to know because it teaches you to engage your core and create full body tension from your head to your toe. In a push-up, you need hollow body. In a pull-up, you should have a hollow body. In a handstand, you should have hollow body, and etc., etc. Remember the goal of a perfect specimen. We're building our skill up. We're building our body awareness up. So being able to create this full body tension through dynamic movement is key, and this will take you to that next level. Make sure you go watch the detailed video and breakdown on this movement that I already created. Our next movement is core compression. This is one that 100% should be in your toolbox if you want to build different and next level layers of strength. Remember when we talked earlier about how the core is more than just the abs? It's more than just the rectus abdominis. Well, this movement is going to set our hip flexors on fire and really take us to that next level of gains. Core compression is building a whole new layer of strength, training muscles that wouldn't otherwise be trained, and it's really helping you to push to that next level. Next up is going to be hanging knee raises, leg raises, or toes to bar. Surely you've seen that this is a popular exercise and it's for a good reason. Your grip strength, compression strength, body awareness, core muscles, and even straight arm pulling strength muscles are going to be used and challenged. This is a true full body movement that when done correctly, truly starts to teach you about strength control and general body awareness. Having this in your arsenal and continuing to progress it will surely ensure that you're staying nice and well-rounded as an athlete or as just a healthy human being. Now our last movement, but again, certainly not the least, is going to be the classic L-sit. The L-sit is a staple bodyweight movement that if you can do it, then it proves that your core, hip flexors, leg flexibility, arm strength, and strength control are all up to a good level. You're lifting your body off the ground using only your arms, but then your legs remain in the air through the strength of your hip flexor muscles. For you to be able to extend into the L-sit position, your hamstring flexibility must be adequate. Having to work to bring all these individual elements together will surely expand your movement brain and make you stronger. All of the core exercises shown here today require different muscle groups to work and different skill sets to focus on. The beautiful thing about training though is that there's no box, there are no limits, so you can just keep learning and learning, absorb the things that are useful, and craft your own style. So at this time, I want you to remember our goal here, that what we're doing is really becoming the perfect specimen. So we're not just one-dimensional, but we're all the areas where we want to be aesthetic, we want to be strong, and we want to be mobile and functional. But to do that, we actually have to be aware of what is going on in our body and what we need to do. So as far as core goes, if you have these 4 exercises, if you can progress them and learn them, then you'll be all set. So, as I mentioned earlier, here's going to be the application. Here's going to be my homework for you regarding this video. Of the 4 exercises that I showed you, I want you to pick one. I want you to pick one, and you're going to work on that exercise over the course of 1 week, over the course of 2 weeks, over the course of 3 weeks, or even over a month. Remember, I told you that I made a detailed breakdown, a detailed tutorial on all of these exercises. So I want you to pick one exercise, I want you to go and watch the detailed video, and then you're gonna work on that exercise for 1 to 4 weeks. These 4 exercises, as I keep mentioning, you really want to learn them and you really want to master them because it'll help your body. It'll really take you to infinity gains and beyond. But it's a lot of information to take in all at once. It's a lot of things that I'm throwing at you. So that's why I say just pick one, just watch one video, and then just work on it over the course of a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, whatever you need to do. So I've said it so many times during this video now, but really, if you master these exercises, you're gonna build strength in areas that you probably didn't even know existed. Because who's really training their hip flexors just by themselves? Nobody wakes up and is like, oh, I wanna train my hip flexors. But if you really believe that I'm giving you good information, if you really believe that this is going to help you, then you'll take action on it, right? So I hope that many of you out there are not just watching me talk, but you're really going out to the field, to the gym, to your room, to the garage, whatever, and making it happen, okay? So that's my goal. I'm here to help. Let me know any questions or comments, anything you have that I can do to help you. And besides that, you know how it goes. Let's keep getting that 1% better every single day, physically, spiritually, and mentally. And as always, have a gainful day. Peace. Woo! Okay.